Oh my, oh my, oh my. People often ask me, how is it that evolutionists feel so confident in all of their claims that the evidence is in favor of their theory? Well, let me try to explain it using this article here. First, vertebrates arose in shallow seas. Well, how do they know that? Well, all you have to do is presuppose a bunch of Darwinian presuppositions. Don't forget that worldview matters. Worldview makes you interpret everything in your life, and including science and your mind, in a certain way, in accordance with your beliefs about what's true and what matters. And that means that scientific paradigms also will spring forth only in the fertile soil of whatever you fertilized your mind with. And so the Darwinian paradigm is the one that's guiding this interpretation. Look what it says. They're saying that 480 million years ago, the study has found that vertebrates began to form from, like, worms turning into fish. Fish have backbones, if you ever filleted one, and that these fish didn't, 100 million years ago, they started to really, really diversify to dizzying array. Okay, you know what this means is they had a layer of the rock, and there were just a few vertebrate sort of things in it, like that Cambrian fish that they found in China a couple of years ago. And then the next layer has a ton of different kinds of fish with backbones. So what they've decided is, okay, these represent time periods to them according to Darwin. So there weren't any, and then there suddenly were. And they didn't move away because they didn't find these as particular species in other fossil beds around. So they discover some fossils, and they already got a story told. Darwin's story tells it all, and then they just fit this in with the story. Look what it says here. The main problem is that the fossil record of vertebrates is absolutely terrible. How could a fossil record be terrible? How could evidence be terrible? It's terrible if there's not enough evidence to prove their point. In other words, those missing links in between those two layers they're discovering, talking about the layer that they say was 480 million years ago and the one that was 100 million years later, and the Ordovician, the age of the fishes and all that. So that's when data and fact and evidence is terrible, when they don't find what they're looking for. Oh, look at this. Some of them got streamlined. Some of them, look at this. Some gained streamlined, graceful bodies. Others had stronger armored bodies. You see, actually, they all had what they had. They didn't gain anything because, according to our worldview, biblical worldview and creation science, the kinds brought forth after their kinds. That's actually what we see in living things, as kinds do bring forth after their kinds. So our observations actually confirm the creation science, biblical worldview, and don't confirm the Darwinian assumptions, which is why they think the evidence is terrible. Keep thinking, and Merry Christmas coming up, Dr. J.